Everyone, it's my pleasure to introduce to you all Dean Alexander. Dean?
Thanks. So I asked Valerie if I could come today just to do some really important things. And the first is to say thank you. You know, the state of Texas loves to mess with educator preparation. And it's important that we, even as a large organization that puts out a whole bunch of students, we have to be nimble. And so part of what we're trying to do is be nimble. That's not easy in a big organization, but here's what we're doing. So the first thing I want to make sure is to say thank you to each and every one of you for being here, and to let you know that all the work that we're doing now is really not in vain. I know it feels like it because many of you are like, oh, but we have an old system that captures videos. So why do we have to do this? We've got a way to upload stuff, you know, why do we have to change to something else? I understand. None of us like to learn a new system. But I need to be clear that the old system, it requires patches and updates all the time, and it relies on one programmer. And if anything ever happens to that one programmer, our ability to continue to move forward in not only our data capture and our continuous improvement plans basically stops. And so it's really not an option for us to not move forward. And so I know that the team that you see before you spent a lot of time looking at options on which platform to move to. And the good news is I think they've chosen a very good platform for a couple of reasons. You know, the old system that we had was very good at capturing data, but it didn't capture data for continuous improvement. It captured data for compliance. So a lot of that data wasn't really able to be analyzed in very deep ways. So this new system, you know, not only can you view the video, you can make comments, you've got your sheet right there to fill out. And by filling it out in the system, that data is actually analyzable. Now, we have to be good at filling out our reviews consistently. And I'm sure you guys are going to work on that for a while. And that's, you know, great. But if we can see changes over time by looking at that data, and that's really the key here. You know, when we began working with Raise Your Hand Texas a few years ago, and our students became eligible for the special education scholarships. I don't know if you guys have realized, but those are $8,000 a year scholarships for 4 years, which basically makes coming to Texas A&M and being prepared as a teacher almost free. That's an amazing opportunity, amazing investment by Charles Butts and the Raise Your Hand Texas Foundation into teaching here in Texas. We were chosen as one of 10 partners across the state. Melissa's on the call. She and I and others worked desperately hard to get into that pool. And now we have the opportunity to expand the programs that are eligible for that scholarship. So we could have more. I think right now we have in the 40s, 42, 45 students on that scholarship. We could have more than that. We could have 142 or 242. But in order to do that, we have to commit to continuous improvement. Now, this is not a hard commitment. I mean, we all want to continuously see our programs grow. But in order to do that, that data has to be in analyzable form, and we have to have a record. So that's one reason. Two, you know, we've got the state changing to a performance-based assessment for our teachers. And by doing that, they need to have practice. We don't want to send them to a performance-based assessment without practice beforehand. So the idea of having a system that allows us to embed multiple videos, give feedback to the students embedded in that system, and the students can review their progress over time as they are preparing for their certification video. So I think there's just so many reasons to do this. It opens up the doors for new ways for us to look at data, to think about continuous improvement. It's a tool for our mindset. It's a tool for us to continue to think about how to improve. Actionable data is much better than data that just sits and shows compliance. So I think for us, this is the right tool and it's the right time. I know it feels painful to try to learn a new tool, but I think Andy's going to try to make it as easy as possible, right, Andy? That's the goal.
I'm sorry, what?
You're going to make it as easy as possible to learn this new tool, right?
Absolutely. Spoonful of sugar.
Yeah, oh, good, that's good. Well, we really appreciate it. And I appreciate all of you for coming here and taking the time to have these conversations. I know, we're digging into May and you guys are ready to take your first vacation in 15 months. But I appreciate the time that you're putting in. And I actually really look forward to the system that you guys develop and where we're headed and what the future is going to bring in terms of opportunities, both for us as a faculty, our students, and the state and the children that this will affect for many years. So I just want to say thank you.